YouTube, Doomwaves back here with another etc. video. Got a couple things to show you. Recorded this video the other day. It's the pickup video I've been talking about for a little bit. Something I was really excited to get in the mail, and recorded the video and screwed up. Didn't really want to record it again, but I did. Yeah, then that was screwed up too. Recorded it again about 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, with another pickup I got today. Something I'm even more excited about than the first thing. So I guess I'll just lump them together, but I'll talk less about both of them. But oh well, I get the point across better. Something I was really excited to get in the mail. I got it. Something I've wanted since I was a kid. It's a system that was a competitor to the Nintendo Game Boy, so you can probably guess what system it was. I always wanted one when I was a kid, but it made more economic sense for my parents to buy me the Nintendo Game Boy. And really, in retrospect, it made more sense anyway. It's better off that they did, because I'm still a bigger fan of games like Zelda and Metroid that came out on the Game Boy, Metroid 2, Zelda Link's Awakening. Both of those games are my favorite games of their respective franchises. Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy is my favorite Zelda game, and Metroid 2 Return of Samus is my favorite Metroid game. So it worked out. But I always still did, part of me always still wanted to get a Sega Game Gear. So as an adult, I got one. Actually, I got two. The eBay auction was about 50 bucks. Came with two Game Gears. One's in better shape than the other one. This one, the screen's a little scuffed up, and the sound doesn't work. And it's missing one of the battery covers, but it does work. And the other one's in a lot better shape. The screen doesn't have quite as many scuffs on it, so both the screens are a little faded, but that's to be expected of anything that's about 20 years old. This was made in, like, I don't know, 1990 or 1991, something like that. So Sega Game Gear, play it with the power adapter, which is right here, or I got an external battery pack, rechargeable battery pack that came with it. Clips on the bottom on these two little hooks here, and then plugs into the top DC adapter, AC/DC adapter, and plays pretty well. Holds a charge at least 45 minutes, because that's all the longer in one sitting that I've ever played it with that battery pack. But it does work. Came with a stack of games too. I really like the selection of RPGs that are available for the Sega Game Gear. This one came with a few, but it also came with a stack of games that I don't really care too much for. But doesn't mean they're bad games, just means they're not the games that I'm really interested in playing. One of them is my least favorite, is Gearworks. And Joe Montana football. Love Joe Montana from the Midwest. I'm a Chiefs fan. Granted, he's wearing gold and red of the San Francisco 49ers on the cover of that one, but he did play for the Chiefs for a couple of years. World Series baseball. And it's interesting because I'm really into baseball, and I have been for a long time. And the players that have played for the Royals, I'm a Royals fan too, go figure, are the players that I remember being on the Royals team when I was a little kid watching baseball. So that's kind of cool, some nostalgia. The names of the players on the teams are the same players played when I was, 5 and 6 and 7 years old. Chess Master. I like chess, but I'm not sure I like it that much on a video game. And obviously this is the mascot of the franchise of the Sega. Sonic, ruined it there. Sonic Hedgehog 2. I'm just not a big fan. I mean, it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. I like the Sonic games, and I plan on getting some others for the Genesis and Master System and what have you. But I'm just not a huge Sonic fan. But I would say the same thing about Mario for the Nintendo, and I know I'm gonna get crucified for that. I just never have been that big of a Mario fan. I have the first three for the original Nintendo, the NES, the 8-bit NES. I have those three, and I had, past tense, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo, and Mario All Stars. But that's really all I have and had. I never got any of them for the Game Boy, and I don't have a Wii. So, yeah, I like to get the Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo, but anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Keep going here, Chance. Keep going. My name is Chance, by the way. Some other games that came with the system: Dragon Crystal RPG, Defenders of Oasis RPG. X-Men, big X-Men fan. Even though the game's not that great, I still had to get it. Big Marvel fan, and I'm a big X-Men fan, so still a must-have. And Axe Battler. This is probably my favorite on the system so far as a fun RPG. And a couple of games that I bought since I bought the Game Gears was the other X-Men game for the Game Gears, Game Master's Legacy, and also the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm a big fan of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when they were dinosaurs. Anything beyond dinosaurs, don't do it. And the dragon. We can have the dragon, the Green Ranger. That's all right. And even when he became the White Ranger, still okay. But after that, no. They sent some paperwork and stuff as well, some posters. A lot of them are the same posters. These light green ones are Batman Returns, and there's a Jurassic Park one in there, and also a Eternal Champions one. That was actually a really cool poster. This one's probably going to make it up in the game room. So yeah, Eternal Champions. That was cool. I like that poster. I'll put it up. Also came with the manuals for the Game Gear, some inserts and stuff like that, and it also came with manuals for the games. All but 2 of the games that I have with the systems came with the manuals, and I got a couple of manuals. He sent a couple of manuals that 2 games I don't have. Desert Speed Trap with Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, and Pack Attack. Yeah, I want both of these games. Too bad I didn't send them. Oh well. And also, of course, came with handy dandy carrying cases. Really cool carrying cases. Put your Game Gear in there, power adapter games, and all that good stuff. Whatever you want. Tons and tons of space for extra batteries. You can put like a whole brick of double A's in there if you need to. Now, on to the other name pickup. It's another system. It's one of the systems that I also need in my collection. Besides Sega, I really need to work on my Atari stuff. I need to work on Sega. I need to get a Master System. I need to get a Sega CD and a 32X and Saturn and yeah, all that stuff. I need to work on my Sega collection. I only got like 4 games for the Genesis. But Atari is the other system I need to work on. I got a lot of 2600 games. I don't actually have a 2600 console. I have a 7800, which needs replaced even. It's a little fuzzy. And so I'd like to get a Heavy Sixer or something like that. And I'd really like to get a 5200, even though it catches a lot of crap from a lot of people. I still really want one just to have in the collection. So and I need to get a new 7800. And I really want to get a Lynx also. But I have a Jaguar now. Heck yes. I wanted this system ever since I heard about it. I'm so ignorant of this system until, I don't know, probably 6 months ago when I really started getting into retro gaming. I've always been into Nintendo, and I've had the Game Boy for a long time, original Nintendo, and I always wanted a Super Nintendo because I never had one when I was a kid. But as far as exploring other systems and exploring the history and stuff, a lot of things, I really just started this, not much more than 6 months ago, and so yeah, I never heard of the Jaguar until about 6 months ago. I know, I'm retarded. I know, I'm 25 years old, and I hadn't heard of the Atari Jaguar until about 6 months ago. Go figure. So I have one now. Somebody local was actually selling this. I saw their listing on Craigslist. He had it listed for about $110. I sent him an email because I couldn't really afford $110. You know, I was like, hey, you know, is that a firm offer? You know, and also what games come with it? You know, I wasn't really trying to lowball the guy. I just couldn't afford it, but I really wanted it. So I didn't even shoot him an offer. You know, I just asked if it was a firm price, and he emailed me back and he said, yeah, I'm unemployed and I just need a little money, but I'm more than willing to go down to 80. And I talked to the guy on the phone, and I like the guy a lot, and I wanted to help him out, but also wanted to get the Jaguar, and we talked it out, and I wasn't trying to lowball him or anything like that, so I ended up picking it up for $80. And I told him, it's like, you know, on eBay they go for, you know, at least $100, you know, but I really can't afford that. And he understands too, and so we had an agreement, and I paid $80, got the Jag, I got one controller for it, and the hookups, and it came with 3 games. Now, these 3 games that it came with, I probably wouldn't have actually bought by themselves, unless it was just to fill up my collection. I don't know. A couple of them aren't bad. Well, none of them are really bad. I won't say that. I haven't given them any very much of a chance for them to be bad. But they're just 3 games that I probably wouldn't have bought. And one of them is Checkered Flag. It's a racing game. I'm sure, you know, there's tons of fans of the game. It's a racing game, and it's on the Jaguar. I'm sure there's lots of fans. I'm just not that into racing games. I'm really bad at them. So, yeah. So it's a game I probably wouldn't have bought, but now that I have it, I probably won't get rid of it either, because I'd like to get a full collection of Jaguar games if I could. Well, except I don't really want to spend the money on a Jaguar CD, especially one that's not going to work. Another game that I hadn't heard a lot about, but I found out recently, it's also on the, I think it's also on the Sega Genesis, and I know it's on the Super Nintendo. And I can't remember. It might be an old arcade game, and it might just be like an old PC game. But it's Flashback: The Quest for Identity, and it's on the Atari Jaguar also. I haven't really given it a chance. I played it for just a couple of minutes to try and just test it out and see if it would work. Yeah. It's just a game. And this one, I might have bought this one, you know, if it was cheap, you know, just because I'm a fan of pinball anyway. It's Pinball Fantasies, and it's a cool game. Of the 3, it's the one I've played the most already. It's kind of fun. I'm not sure how great of a pinball game it is, but it's all right. And yeah, I probably would have bought this one if it was cheap, you know, and I found it somewhere. I don't know, but I'm really interested in building my collection. So it's good to have a starting point. It's good that it came with some games, so I could test it out. Yeah, and not get screwed on the deal. Try to drive a little ways to get it, but it's still pretty much in my area. I drove about a half an hour to pick it up, meet the guy in where he lived, but I was on my way to somewhere else anyway, so it was kind of on the way. So yeah, I picked it up. And he was really happy to get it, and he was, like I said, he was unemployed, so he was kind of looking for some money. I think he had some part-time work, and I think he was collecting unemployment. So, and he was honest with me, and he said that the money that he got from this was so he could do something for himself. Him and some of his buddies were planning on going to a WWE event, and that's fine with me. I don't care. You know, support the guy. Say, you're selling some of your video games, and you're gonna go watch some wrestling. That's all right with me. I don't care. I'll gladly take the Jag off your hands. So, I have an Atari Jaguar now. I'm really excited. Just put my order in on Amazon for a copy of Doom, my favorite game of all time. And I'm really excited to get the port of Doom for the Jaguar. I've heard from a lot of people it's actually the best console port of the game. And it's got to be better than the Super Nintendo port. I was really stoked to get the Super Nintendo port of the game just because it looked so cool. I think the cover of it is great, and the blood red cart never hurt anything. So yeah, I was really excited to get this, but it sucks bad. And Classic Game Room reviewed it, and they also reviewed the 32X version, and they said that the 32X version was really good. And I've heard a lot of people tell me that the Jaguar version is probably the best as far as gameplay goes, but it doesn't have music behind it, but that's alright. I'll just blast some other really awesome music while I'm destroying imps and pinkies and zombies and cyber demons and barons of hell, you know, all them good guys. While I'm blowing them up, I'll blast some Slayer or something awesome. But anyway, that's about all I got for pickups for today, but it's a great haul that I had there. So $50 for two Sega Game Gears and a big stack of games, and $80 for an Atari Jaguar and 3 games. I'd say that's pretty good. I bought them kind of far apart. I didn't buy them that close together. And actually sold my Super Nintendo to fund the Jaguar. And the way I view it is there are millions of Super Nintendos out there, and there was only 250,000 Atari Jaguars sold in the United States. So I'd say it was a pretty good deal to sell a Super Nintendo to get my hands on a working Atari Jaguar, especially one that I could drive to get and I didn't have to pay for shipping. So, yeah, I'd say it was a good deal. So I sold my Super Nintendo, but I'll get another one someday. But anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. This is Doom Waves with a collection of etc. Thanks for watching.